afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, here of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1v1 right here, taking place in the cold, wintry darkness of Holotny Farmer. We shall be watching Sage6 here rolling up for the 9th Infantry Division, charged with holding this mysterious set of awfully Russian-looking French, or, well, Luxembourgian farmsteads, actually, I suppose. Versus Vindicarex, fighting for Germany, for Deutschland, for the Reich. Rolling out here for the 15th Panzergrenadier Division. Right off the bat here with Sturmpaniers and Volksgrenadiere. Riflemen are on the way here for Sage6. No surprises there, and he's immediately rushing in fact for the northern field point here with his rear column troops marching through the snow, setting up barbed wire. Sadly, no references to the first company here with complaints about setting up the barbed wire and just doing it. Sturmpaniers moving slowly northwards, equipped with their trusty Sturmgewehr. And we're actually seeing a second Reaclon squad then following after the second Rifleman squad. An interesting opening here, probably told us to get more troops on the field. And there you go, quickly taking up a defensive position inside the building. Trying to hold back the Krauts there with M1 carbine fire. The Sturmpaniers moving from the north, Polska's moving from the south. Trying to surround them, probably trying to cut them off from reinforcements. Though we do see here that likely Sage6 will move in some forces. Also, a little note here, actually, you can actually fire while you fire from inside a building. So far, he doesn't actually have the munitions for it. Trying here to get back the fuel point. The rush here, having maybe run into a little of a snack there. The retreat path is in a very dire state. And there you go, fortress over there, the Sturmpaniers, and the Volksgrenadiers quickly execute a lot of them. And the last man, well, didn't exactly have much luck either, and ended up very dead face down in the snow. Second Volksgrenadier squad taking up position there. Volksgrenadier taking up position. Rifleman fighting here, engaging. And Volksgrenadiers here actually in a bit of an awkward position since there's no real cover for them, though they could create it. I mean, they do have access to sandbags. So that is something they could sort of actually create some heavy cover towards facing any threats from the north. But Sage6 forcibly rolls in with more forces, another Rifleman squad in the way. Perhaps he was actually expecting to lose the rear column troops and thus got some more to replace them. For whatever sinister purposes he might have had.
Rifle squad ready for action.
And we're noting here a Kubelwagen out for Vindicarex. Folks taking up position here, Rifleman moving in, rear column troops moving up, Sturmpaniers slowly securing territory as well. You could maybe use them to lay down some reinforced barbed wire around here first before moving on, but ultimately that is his decision. Looks like he's moving aggressive towards here, filling perhaps a carbon point, but at the same time we have noticed that most of the efforts from Sage6 has been towards the north, towards the fuel point. He imagined his opponent be going for first. So in that regard, while he's been able to lay down some pressure, at the same time he's not been able to get involved territory. And the Kubelwagen moving up there with MG34. And setting up suppressor mode, finding there the Rifleman behind the wooden cart, Sturmpaniers setting up to cover, and there we go. Rapid volley fire going up, and then the Pioneers quickly suppressing them. Volksgrenadiers Riflemen are quickly getting the upper hand, in particular with the second squad arriving. The Volksgrenadiers quickly pushed back, leaving numerous men behind in the unforgiving dirt and snow. Here we go, the Kubelwagen seems to be outmaneuvered. Volksgrenadiers might want to rush into the building first. Schnell! No, apparently not. And there we go, the rear column troops take up position. Kubelwagen probably should then be not so close. It's not really going to have much of an effect versus troops in the building. There we go, taking up a nasty bit of damage. Not such a grand situation there for the Kubelwagen. Not exactly known for its bulletproof properties. So not entirely sure why it keeps insisting on this fight. Rear column troops are taking heavy damage, and we are seeing another squad more, but he knows also this will be veterans to one, making it a bit more nasty. But there you go, the Kubelwagen blows apart in a Michael Bay-esque explosion. Leaving dead crew a bit around there and bits of burnt Fritz. Rapidly moving back forces. Taking a defensive position now until other forces can arrive. We're noting here a mechanized regiment headquarters going up. And immediately moving on here to the lieutenant. And there go a nice position inside the building, and that's going to make it very difficult for the Wehrmacht to do anything. Since they have a bit of trouble, they're actually forcing troops out of buildings early on. So there you go, Sturmpanier squad pushed away. Fuel point just as he left, they gets harassed by Riflemen. Overall, Vindicarex is not under pressure initially, though we also see another Volksgrenadier Rifleman sent down south. So 3 Volksgrenadiers, 1 Sturmpanier. Rifleman seems to be around. Slowly running some troubles here. He might be able to get off a grenade if they haven't already popped one through the window, but the Volskers here actually need to get up there. Slowly running, slow on health. There we go. Oh dear, they could go down the retreat. So low on health. Rifleman firing on them. One Garand, and there we go. And no survivors. A veterans one Volskers squad already lost there for Vindicarex. And the 15th Panzer Grenadiers pulled out from Italy to fight in the Ardennes. Overall 1%, be careful around Rifleman. And there you go, quickly pump down. They do see another steel granate off. And this one actually did quite a bit of nasty damage, forcing Sage6 to pull back those Riflemen. And we see the lieutenant heading northwards here. Volskers trying to cut off from the fuel, but at the same time center secure. And there we go, very bold move there from Sage6. And a flak half-track is out. Volskers Grenadier will need to fall back a bit. Not good on health at all. But we do see the flak half-track moving up, but like to try and secure the fuel point. Not a good situation if that gets lost. Sending up here, turning his 2cm cannon away and opening up there on the Rifleman. Just tearing through the bastards. With his 2cm flak. Unable to do so quite effectively. Rifleman make a run here for the house. Ooh, they're about to get one nasty surprise. A point-blank encounter with a flak. Not exactly looking good there for the Riflemen. At the same time, they seem a bit confident they can hold out until reinforcements arrive. 50 cal machine gun pulled up for Sage6. Storm Pioneer swing around the side. He might be soon too late though. In particular, he moves the flak half-track in front here. In which case, alongside the Storm Pioneers, he could tear apart enemies on the retreat. There's still no, the light armor is still penetrable here by the BR and the Thompson, so if they aim to do a bit of damage, there we go. Setting up, Storm Pioneer swing up, there we go. This is going to be very difficult for the Rifleman to escape. He probably should consider doing it soon. Veterans one bit, down to 2 men, very low health. Oh dear. Looks like this building is rather becoming a tomb for a lot of Americans. I think so far several Riflemen, rear cannon troops, and now a lieutenant has given their lives in that house. At this rate, the Germans will come under suspicion for war crimes due to all the Americans that finds out that building. Nein, they kept running into it and dying on their own. Yeah, right, Fritz. So a bit of a slight altercation there. Storm Pioneers though, rapidly can rifle squad just as the half-track has pulled back, but there we go, rapidly setting up. And could be very looking like here maybe Sage6 is planning for his own, or maybe a utility car, but there you go, the rifle rapidly pushed away. He could by the way use the Storm Pioneers to repair the half-track instead of putting it away. But looks like he wants to move back to the mechanized regiment headquarters for some repairs. No commander yet from Mr. Sage6, and there we go, he's getting his own AA half-track. While the Germans' flak half-track is losing repairs. The Germans were later on the war actually beginning to use this kind of half-track for flak equipment. It was actually only there it actually began happening. There are a few variants of it. This was sort of the larger one. There's sort of a bit more mobility for it. And there you go, Fallschirmjäger squad spraying out of the shed and dropping an ambush right there on the Rifleman, allowing the 15th Panzer Division to sort of push further through there. 50 cal putting stop there to the Volskers Grenadier. And the AA half-track moves forwards once more. And note here, this is actually an ability the Storm Pioneers receive veterans one that can lay down medical supplies. They have 3 uses basically. Also note, be a bit careful with it since your opponent can also seize it, and generally you don't want to hand over medical supplies to your opponent unless you're feeling very, very nice. But in which case you'd probably still be better off not doing it. Fallschirmjäger opening up with the FT-42s. 50 caliber setting up, and that's definitely going to prevent the Fallschirmjäger from actually getting much more useful in that engagement. And the M15 moving up with this more particular looking AA mount. Followed up with an ambulance. Volskers running up, and then there you go, the flak half-track moving in from the north.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Generally, though, they prefer to mount it on more work-like half-tracks like the Opel Mount here, or for that matter, the Schwerer Wehrmacht Schlepper. Though this 2cm flak was actually also mounted on smaller trucks, actually, like the Opel Blitz. Little fun fact there. Focus down here south, though, taking an absolute punishing there from the American anti-tank half-craft, and barely Jürgen makes it out of that one alive. An absolute massacre. Focus up north, encountering Riflemen as well. Half-attack setting up centre positions. Moving in to be able to support the Sturm Panzers and Focus with a Fallschirmjäger squad taking up position in the northern building. And looks like a Kinwerfer is on the way, maybe in reaction to the appearance of the AA half-tech, maybe just feeling it would be time, but there you go. Oh, and getting ambushed here by the flak half-tech, 2cm cannon fire. Oh, flak fire wrecks the light armor of the AA half-tech. And in this case, the German half-track gets the advantage over the American half-track. Partly be able to catch on the move, because that one can actually not fire on the move with its 30mm gun. And there you go, Veterans 1 opening up for smoke grenades.
Our supply line's cut. Germans are making a push.
Rapid repairs there. Moving up the half-track a bit further. And 50 cab sitting up, trying to cover the cut-off point. Very desperate defense around that. With the Fallschirmjägers being in north trying forces there. Good. Fallschirmjägers could do with a bit of healing there from a medical supply crate besides the reinforcements. Ooh, Riflemen there trying to move in. Instead, they now mix up for their own Doom Call part there with the Sturm Pioneers and the flak. And there we go. The old Reliables, as the 9th Infantry was known, are rather lost a bunch of souls there. First question is, what will Sage6 next move be? Looks like Vindicarex is falling back, having realised he can't really afford much more here. Probably done that to maybe even relieve a bit of pressure, who knows. But a nice little assault there, pulling back further, also using the building here with a Kettenwerfer. He probably is, of course, aware of the firepower of the M15, but at the same time, like Kettenwerfer and this, he might be able to put a stop to it if Sage6 is not careful. And a quick zooming there. The Germans, by the way, had a wide variety of mines. Riflemen there caught by the cut-off point and raked down there by flak fire. By the way, this is the exact same type of flak, though, of course, not mounted half-tech that was, cutting down those airborne in that iconic scene with the Tiger in Saving Private Ryan. Well, one could also say this one is, of course, wheeled. Would have been fun if they actually made a wheeled variant of that one. Anyways, setting up Riflemen there forced away. And Riflemen coming in from the flak.
Weather is cleared. Return to normal operations.
Ooh, having a hard time there hitting the heavy cover, providing, well, heavy cover. But at the same time, the presence of the Kettenwerfer actually ensures the other half-tech can't get close. Lovely. Fallschirmjäger moving in. And the rest of the force here reinforcing, getting together once more. When another Volkswagen squad fighting down south, moving in, and poor Heinrich went down there in the snow. His greatcoat sadly only providing protection against the cold. Ooh, Stielgranate. Hank and Jones went down. And there we go again. The building actually drawing attention of the AA half-track, allowing the flak half-track to get in a few good hits. Quite surprising. And certainly some well usage there then of the flak half-track by Vindicare.
We're losing a capture point.
Noting a second 50 caliber here, but now looks like he's taking up. Vindicare of Sage6 seems to fall. Oh, actually time to go to Vindicare, my apologies. Got so caught up in things. Bit of discussion there. Yeah, he pointed out he rather lost a lot of men in that building.
Secure the vehicle. Location set. Begin conversion. Target secure. Ready for action. Under HMG fire!
Bit of discussion there, seems a bit of enmity. Oh well. More mines going down there. 50 caliber within range, maybe. No, not quite within range of the flak. A good bit of talk of relieving pressure. forces moving forwards. Ooh, there we go, Sturm Pioneers coming under fire, but at the same time scouting here for the flak half-track. And of course, Luftwaffe has some materials near Vindicarex, still no sign of a commander by Sturmtiger. Now the Steel Granate. He's really having a good day with those. And looks like another half-track has arrived here. We're seeing a Schwerer Panzer headquarters has been set up with the 30cm flak. Or flak 41, I believe it's called.
Ready to execute.
So several flak positioning up here, covering a large part, and certainly flak guns where generally tend to be a bit integral to German defence, although generally the more static kinds, or at least not one mechanised.
Stand ready. Crew, stand ready.
MG-34 also been pulled up to support the front line. 50 caliber machine gun there getting suppressed rather rapidly. Question is, of course, might he go then for some Obersoldaten after he got the Schwerer Panzer headquarters? Might we see a Panzer II or the Panther? The Sturmtiger, I suppose, could also be called in, though that would be a bit of a surprise. It would certainly be the first time I see a Sturmtiger. Oh, there we go, Beckenbauer got off a nice hit there. Forcing away the AA half-track. 5 minutes pushing up north, but instead taking a heavy loss there to the captain, amongst other things. Most of the 40 got cut, and the 50 caliber got the retreat. Flag half-track sending up there, by the way. Veggie 2 allowing for a higher setup time, and I believe also slightly faster turning on the gun. And there you go, 50 coming under fire. There we go, clearly getting wiped out. Can he get it? Ooh, there we go, Sage6 Hubris rather cost him. The Flieger up there, Kanone. Got it. Fighting intensifies down south, though. Rifleman pushing up straight past the Sturm Pioneers in the middle of the road. Volkswagen's joining in a bit for a bit of fun. And the captain now coming on the fire as well, but getting a few bazookas, though the suppression actually makes him less accurate. And noting a not a Greyhound, I keep wanting to call it a Greyhound, but the M20 up north, the utility car.
Supply half-track is ready for orders.
Go, Veteran 2-1, pulling back the 250-17. One of many variants of the 250. Many variants. Interesting enough, he's still more supplies down there. Good, good. He's actually making good use of that veteran's ability. That's nice to see, actually. But no sign of Obersoldaten. Instead, getting another Kettenwerfer. One would have figured Obersoldaten might have been an interesting choice, but apparently not. He also seems to be trading munitions for fuel. Sage6 returning back here to the fight.
An anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
No anti-tank mines from the M20 by the looks of it. And Volkswagen's getting punished. The A half-tank proving to be a fiend as ever. And there you go. Oh, Rifleman just getting caught here between two sets of anti-aircraft guns, one bigger than the other. And the assaults are, well, painful for the Americans. And I do believe it is time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation here is an almost 50-50 split of the map. Both forces or sides have sort of managed to stabilize things a bit. Vindicarex in parts has some, so far, good usage of the A half-track, really some cautious, yet at the same time aggressive. He's not reckless with it, able to sort of lay down a lot of fire and even actually force back the, in most ways, superior M15A1, which is actually quite impressive. Also a decent amount of infantry, some MG-34s, several Kettenwerfers, and again, a plan for something. A Panther will certainly be what springs to my mind. The quick Obersoldaten squad could also add sort of further pressure versus Sturmtiger Sage6. Whilst keeping up things as they are, keeping up pressure, keeping sort of trying not to get caught up in any too great mistakes. Could certainly sort of help him in that regard, and certainly keeping up further pressure on the fuel, just denying the Americans their fuel is only going to be of quite a good help. For Sage6, on the other hand, I mean, he suffered quite some losses here and there as well. We do see now as well a light howitzer being called up. No anti-tank guns, one would figure. No, he might begin suspecting his opponent for getting in some armor of some kind, since he's only using the one half tick. Now he's also seen this one, which ought to really indicate there's something big is going to in, likely a Panther, in which case sending up for the at least an anti-tank gunner 2 is going to be a very good decision, at least in my opinion. No sign here. Could of course also take up, but at the same time fuel is a bit of a problem now, so a more intermediate solution would be the M1. At the same time, no commander, and I suppose in that regard there's a third solution. Either one is going airborne and dropping them in, the anti-tank gun to this, or, and this is another option, he actually gets the M10 Wolverine going armor company. That could also happen quite a bit. The Wolverine is actually a reasonably cheap tank destroyer, but also a reasonably effective one for the cost. Fast, and I believe that about has the same range as a Panther, so such. It wouldn't be all bad, though, of course. Still an anti-tank, and would probably be a good idea to support with its armor-piercing rounds, or well, sabot rounds. So that was something to keep in mind as well. Though, of course, it could just save up and maybe aim for a Jackson. Again, the fuel is not really pointing in a very helpful direction for that. But back to Vindicarex for the time being, and back to the fight. Well, strange enough, there's been no upgrades for the riflemen so far. No racks have been unlocked. Captain hold up there. But quite an oh, well, this is a surprise. He's actually getting a Storm Tiger. He's actually getting a Storm Tiger. That's a huge surprise, actually. He must be feeling reasonably confident holding off armor then, or something. Oh, he's feeling confident enough he can knock them out using the Storm Tiger. Either way, that's not what I would expect or anticipate. The Storm Tiger being a rather rare vehicle. Only very few set of Upturnings were ever formed. And a few of those were actually sent to the Ardennes. I think only one actually managed to arrive even then. It was rather powerful, whatever it hit. But there you go, half-tech moving up. Half-tech's commander 5 needs to turn around to deal with the AA1. For Kedmir for setting off. Oh, turn the wrong direction though. Oh, 9. But at the same time though, he was able to draw the fight of the other one, actually allowing this one to go up. Oh, bit of a mistake there from him. And he gained virtually 3. Increased accuracy and rate of fire. That's a bit of a surprise there. Bit of a mistake there, allowing the 250-17 or 251-17 to actually survive. A big surprise indeed. Not what I would expect it. Though we do now actually see a regular anti-tank. We're also seeing the pack howitzer being pulled up as well. Oh dear, Shumine went off there. And there we go. Storm Tiger or Storm Mercer. Assault mortar. Thickly armor and firing one hell of a rocket. Die Nahverteidigungswaffe. I wonder why they haven't given that to more vehicles. That would like to be a pretty cool ability. Oh well. But fires. Yes, very big rocket.
All units are to take immediate action.
Generally anything hit by it was pretty much doomed. And there went the church. Though he's actually making a bit of a mistake. He's reloading near the front line, as you might notice. Well, that actually kills the crew, because here's a fun fact about the Storm Tiger. For it to be reloaded, the crew had to get out on the outside to do it. Very important fact about it. So when you reload the Storm Tiger, you have to pull it back. Otherwise, you very much risk losing. We're seeing Armor Doctrine here chosen by Sage6, pushing forward here. The half-tech moving forward as well. This could quickly turn ugly here for Vindicare. This half-tech actually caught off guard. Setting up though. Catching the... Oh, he's trying to get the crew up now. Oh! Either he couldn't do it or he was forced to retreat. Either way. Oh, Sage6! He just handed over an M20 at the same time. Nasty hit there on the flank. He needs to pop smoke. There we go. Someone popped the smoke grenade inside the vehicle. And Vetchi 2 already here for the anti-tank. And there we go. He's getting the 105mm bulldozer Sherman. And there you go. Looks like the Storm Tiger is almost repaired. By the way, It takes almost a minute to reload it in game, though in the actual war it took 5 to 6 hours. So be thankful that Relic isn't, you know, very specific about realism in that regard. Trying to get the pack out of there. He might have moved a bit too far, but sadly was not able to move it out. The MD-34 cleared out the crew. Kenmeth moving up. Sherman wrecks a car. Moving in. Going around the building here. Interesting, interesting.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Can't see the flak half-track and thus maybe knock it out rapidly. So he might be able to get the... Oh, a Kenmeth. No, not quite, not quite. And he was actually able to steal the pack out of there away from the armies. Schnellheinz, Smekevey, this is artillery. Rather close quarter encounter when I'm finding the house. He could have popped down to smoke to cover his retreat maybe, but no.
Sherman dozers have reached the front line.
For a Sturmtiger has been pulled forwards to the front line. Very interesting, very interesting.
The capture point is being overrun.
Not what you see every day. Certainly not knocking out the church, that's for sure. Interesting, the M20 there is still left behind.
LPs report the weather is lifting. Stand by for confirmation.
Ooh, looks like the Wagner getting murdered by the machine gun there mounted on the front of the Sturmtiger. And another rocket trying to catch the captain instead, just, well, blowing up more dirt. And maybe some ghosts. The captain takes up position inside the small house. They're rather close quarters right in front of the flag half-tank. Now Veteran C4. And the pack house as well, but getting off a nice series of rockets there to the rear of the Sturmtiger. Almost getting knocked out. And there we go, we're seeing assaulting is now called up all of a sudden here. At the same time, the vehicle crew here for the M20 is dying of the cold. And maybe also the Germans. And Sherman moving up here. Oh, the other Kenmeth has caught him off position. Also looks like an increased penetration here, which is actually becomes a little bit to allow us to sort of slightly deal with the Sherman, in particular hits in the rear, I suppose. And there we go, Sherman actually taking damage there. The Kenmeth also joining in. Can the flak half-track get it?
Troops falling casualty to the cold. On the flank.
And almost, there we go. Went down to the other flak half-track. But 240mm howitzer firing away. Close hit down the Sturmtiger. That could be catastrophic. And Tatanka moving up eventually too. Flak half-track needs to pull back. Kenmeth moving away. M20 here being repaired as well. Woo. Well, that was close, but the flak half-track there taking damage. Needs to pop smoke. Pack howitzer firing. Shot flies quite far but doesn't quite connect. 240 howitzer, not very accurate by the way. The pressure though continues. Assault is moving forward, coming out of the MD-34. Bravely crewed by the Volkers when another Volkers coming up from the south. Another barrage there, or shot from the pack howitzer. Sturmtiger, everyone that worked on it is dead. Pasted all over it. Rather chaotic here. But somehow, Vindicarex was able to weather the storm. Though a large part of his vehicle pool is now in dire need of repairs. By the way, you can upgrade your Pioneers with the hazard kit to sort of speed up the repairs. Already Veteran Fever fast looks like he's going to so quickly get his half-track back, which is close to Veteran C5. That's actually pretty rare to see. But certainly, I mean, Vindicarex has been handling his flak half-track skillfully. I mean, really some nice, aggressive, yet at the same time not headless use of it. Very impressive to see. And most commendable. There you go, M20 moving up to deal with the rifleman. Coming up close there with the 50 caliber. Well, there we go, nice anti-tank rifle grenade. Hit the engine block, setting that on fire. This is your time to shine, Bazooka Boy. Hadn't heard that one before, I think. Lots of nifty dialogue, though, in with the new Western Front armies. That's for sure. Scout could pull back right from the Captain counter there. Oh! Might be able to get the scout car there. And there you go. The tank crew there runs straight into... Oh, armor car crew straight into the flak half. And there you go. Veteran 2-5. And that's just a massacre. Well, the fighting continuing to have Veteran 4 by the way for the Storm Pioneers. Which would definitely also make them a lot more lethal.
Be advised, troop level barrage now available. M10 ready for action.
And, well, it was nice knowing those guys. But they're pretty much gone now. Rather than it, no, actually got some BRs now, but they are definitely losing out to this jump and outside the building. Need to pull back. Ooh, a bit too slow.
We just lost a unit.
And the Vindicarex feeling maybe a bit cheeky. But there you go. Wolverine out. M10 Wolverine.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Half track pulling out.
Lock her down. Here it comes.
He's probably hoping to knock it out using the Wolverine there. 3-inch gun.
Under fire.
Need to be careful there though. There we go, almost got it, almost got it. No popping smoke there, but forced to fall away due to the Raketten there. In fact, he's got 3 of them. That's a lot. Can he escape here? Can he escape? With the Wolverine? Or will it get knocked out? Like a paper mache vehicle.
They're on the flank. Coming fire.
Re-exposed there. And popping smoke again.
Overrunning one of our
Take no
capture
chances this time around. Well, we do see an M20 here. Maybe it's laid down some mines. Maybe it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Oh, but it gets knocked by its mine laid down by its previous owners. That's a bit of irony, I suppose. An M20 knocked out by an M20 mine. Who would have thought that? What's the coincidence? Or the chances of that? And it got abandoned as well, so there's actually a chance he can actually get it back. Artillery fire here, and we've got the Storm Tiger moving forwards. Like a lumbering, battering ram that shoots very, very big rockets. 2 M10s now. Might have a chance of the Storm Tiger's actually a bit forwards. That support. And that was those assault engineers. They did not make it. Back to Vindicare and his Storm Tigers. I suppose you could get another one if you wanted to. Or you could aim for the Panzer too. Looks Aufklärungspanzer. But still, very impressive to see a Veteran 5 flak half down. There you go. Reloading as well. And again, they even have a neat little animation for doing it. Very fun, very fun. And there we go. Looks like he is thinking about recruiting that thing. Oh, he can even get the original crew back in it. Talk about a coincidence. They were able to get the vehicle back thanks to the mine they laid down. And there you go, the re-exposed here to the flak half track. Getting on for a nice hit there. Pack house opening up. Popping smoke. Good job there. And he's actually getting a second Storm Tiger uptiling. Apparently the 15th Panzergrenadiers are only getting armor support in the form of Storm Tigers. Impressive work. Oh, and they were forced away from the scout car. They probably should have crewed it and pulled it back to the base instead of trying to repair it right there. Of course, that's just merely a fault from my side. And looks like he's moving the Storm Tiger forwards once more. Oh dear. Looks like it's time to find a new captain. The previous one got blown to smithereens. Sadly, the M10 Wolverines are not really very effective against infantry. Though they could actually be equipped with a 50 cal, or were actually equipped with a 50 cal in the war, so who knows. But there you go. Actually, crushing steel planes were coming under fire from something. And looks like another one got knocked out somewhere. Be unfortunate that. But now, two Storm Tigers. That's a rare sight.
Smash their lines. Americans have 200 points remaining.
Belching smoke, and later on death. Repairing the M10. Getting it ready once more for the fight. We get the Storm Tiger M10 coming on in the line of fire maybe, and oh, knocked out the tank destroyer with a very, very heavy assault gun. Impressive work then. Certainly anything hit with a Storm Tiger would get knocked out. I believe there might have been reports of actually tanks being knocked out that way. And just as I want to pull up, but there we go. GG, game over. A loss to the right of the 15th Panzer Division, able to break through the lines of the 9th Infantry Division. With the might of the Sturm Tiger in tow, and some absolutely excellent flak half-track usage there by Vindicarex. Certainly some sterling work he put in there, using this piece of German equipment. Recently nice infantry play, some aggressive play here and there, some mines, and some, well, overall interesting use of his doctrine as well. Certainly came across a lot of the map, keep up the pressure on the Sage6. And certainly maybe keeping Sage6 a bit away from the armor overall, giving Vindicarex a bit more chance of preparing for any armor and holding back any armor. And in the end, he was able to push the advantage using a pair of Sturm Tigers. Sage6 only also gave up a good fight, but at the same time, there are a few slightly unfortunate things. I think he would have gone for armor a lot sooner, maybe having some assault engineers much earlier. He's a bit lacking in the anti-tank department, one feels, and certainly his AA half-track usage was not quite as strong as Vindicare's flak half-track usage as well, and certainly some other things here and there were a bit problematic. He was a bit slow, I think, on actually getting some upgrades for Survive, and I think had he gotten that early, he would also stood a better chance, for example, versus the flak half-track, and certainly getting all those men killed in the building here. I mean, to some extent, I can understand the sacrifice of the Reachlon troops versus the Kubelwagen, but the Lieutenant was a bit much. And that, I think, was one of his sort of initially greater mistakes. That was basically getting the Lieutenant killed. So there you go though. I hope you enjoyed this fight. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you had some fun watching, got some ideas for your own games, your own matches, some inspiration if you will. If you did, feel free to subscribe, share with everyone, your friends, enemies, whatever. And if not, send in replay and provide some feedback in the comments or those things are appreciated. Also feel free to follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Links on the description. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.